Do you know the best way to show that you love somebody?
What's the best
The
way?
best way, get your belt out. Get. Have I beaten you before? If I have I beaten you before? I don't really.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Heat Podcast, brought to you by Pole Sports Nigeria. My name is David Ben. I am your host, and I am not alone. I am back with my gang. Although the gang is, looking fresh, looking new. We're having a lot of shuffles, subsequent episodes. The season is off and on the way, by the way. So the off-season series, summer series is over. Season is in full swing. I'm going to let the hosts introduce themselves. Starting with my dude on the right, the handsome boy on the right.
They already know me. They already come for me in the comments on a regular basis. Nice to be back again.
They are just jealous because they haven't seen the fine boy like you. But
always nice to be here. Every chance I get.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too. On my left, we have two special guests on this episode. But I'm going to start with the lady who's joining us for the very first time. She's going to tell you guys her name, what she does, and what team she supports.
All right, thank you. My name is JD. I'm a sport analyst and a storyteller, and a Chelsea fan, of course. Blood is blue.
Welcome to the Heat Podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Clapped up.
Welcome. And to my far left, we have, he's a legend.
The historian.
A historian of the game. He's the end all and be all of all things Barcelona. The number one hater, Sergio Roberto. I call him the king himself, the legendary reporter for Pole Sports, and the face of the Crossfire. Yeah, the Crossfire series. You guys know he's the face of the Crossfire series. Tosin, welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
I hope I introduced you.
Yeah, that's one of the most the best I've been welcomed on your show. So it's good to be here. Anytime you call me, I'll run. Call me.
Yeah.
You have my remote in your hands. So
we're always excited to have you, just because you always bring the energy and the gimmicks and the banter.
I always try to emulate Ifan. Ifan is somebody who he has a lot of beauty. So it's something I always try to pursue.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's get right into it. This week's episode of this format is called What's Buzzing, right? What's Buzzing? So literally going through the headlines revolving around the worlds of sports, lifestyle, and gossip. Just going to be reviewing them one after the other. Let's head over to football. Chelsea legend Petr Cech announced his divorce from his wife after 26 years together. So yeah, that's a story that a lot of people saw. I was like, if you have been together for 26 years, why the hell are you divorcing?
I know. I have an answer to that.
Oh.
I have an answer to that. I think, and I always say this, that most players should not get married during the prime of their careers because the cash inflow is different. That's just the honest truth. That's just the honest truth. Like when you are working with a club like Chelsea or Arsenal, whatever you are, and you are getting your remuneration every weekend. It's easy to say, I'm going on a girl's trip to Santa Monica. You know what? Just take these $50,000. It's easy. Now, when you have retired and your whole accumulated earnings is in a trust fund, you can't start disseminating money that way. And the ladies now like, this guy doesn't give me money. They won't say it's money. They'll say it's attention. We just lost connection. Stupid stuff like that. So that's basically what happens. It's usually a lot of athletes, footballers, ex-footballers, when they get to the age that Petr Cech gets to, most of them are going to get divorced. Just mark it down. It's normal. It's a normal.
Wow, that's a very solid prediction. Do you have anything to say to that?
I mean, I'm not too sure it's about money, but I think I'm surprised when you're married for that long and then you're divorcing. Like, the situation with Guardiola and his wife. I feel like it's a bit confusing to me. Why are you married for 25 plus years and then getting divorced? I feel like that's something that usually happens in the first few years of marriage. You learn that, we're not compatible. We're not after almost 30
2
years.
decades.
So, that's very surprising.
Crazy. Anyway, still on football, former Chelsea star Jadon Sancho went viral on the internet for tattooing Sweetie's middle name behind his ear amid speculation surrounding his future. Remember, he's on a £300,000 per week salary at United. He has rejected AS Roma. He has rejected Chelsea. He's rejected almost everybody who's not willing to match his current salary.
Let the lady whose blood is blue, let her start with this one.
Well, I don't know for Jadon Sancho. Normally I wouldn't like to mix, relationships with football. But since everything is coming at this time, JD Sancho, giving poor performance, being at the blacklist at Manchester United and
Yeah.
all these, rejecting Roma, rejecting Chelsea. I really don't know. If he really loves this game, maybe he should just go to somewhere like Los Angeles Galaxy at California to be with her.
MLS,
You understand?
yeah.
Case closed. I think that's going to settle
I
everything.
think the most important thing that JD just said is if he loves the game. The answer is no. If he loves the game, he loves if you love something, you can always the signs are there.
Somebody actually said is Sauti his first body. The reason why because he's tattooing her name on the back of his ear, and it was until he tattooed her name that she actually followed him on Instagram.
Oh man.
Sancho is the...
So the truth is this is that like a lot of these Hollywood girls, a lot of these Hollywood their rep across the Pacific is not the same thing as in the US.
In the US, yes.
So for him in the UK, he sees this multi-platinum winning artist. I'm not going to say anybody's damaged goods here, but it is well. If I what's your take on it?
First of all, I think Sancho is, in my opinion, the most unserious footballer I've ever seen. Like Sancho is one of those people who, perhaps
he had a good loan stay with Chelsea. To be fair,
no,
Was that a good load still?
hardly.
he
good.
didn't really start
Won't
all
say
games,
he's
but
really
like
bad.
he
What I
didn't
would
have
say
a
is, what I
bad-
would say is, he might be one of those kids who, you have the dream for the game, you don't have the passion for it, but you have the talent, and then you're lucky enough to. He was in the City Academy, balling out, got to Dortmund. His talents carried him, but you can see that Sancho. You see him in the off season. You see him. Sancho is not. I mean, was it not Ten Hag who had to give him 2 months?
No. He would rather be anything if he could literally be sweeping grass
I'm telling you,
and be getting paid the same money. He would
than
Baba
playing the
doesn't-
actual football.
Than playing actual football. Baba
Why do you
doesn't
think
care.
he's rejecting these clubs? Why do you think he's? First of all, he has 1 year left on his United contract.
Yeah.
If he's lucky enough to leave on a free, he gets a bumper package, sign on, everything. He knows he's not going to play. If he continues to reject clubs, he will remain at United. They won't play him, obviously.
And
But
they will pay
you have to pay him.
you pay him his money.
And he's fine with it. That's the thing about Sancho. He's
Yeah.
perfectly fine with it.
That's crazy.
Very unserious.
You think Saudi's an option for him? Since we're saying,
You can't live that life. They will flog you in Saudi.
he will not go to Saudi.
They will
You can't live
flog
that
you in
lifestyle
Saudi.
there.
Okay, let's head over to back to Nigeria. Yeah, back to our very own. Congratulations to Super Eagles star Fisayo Dede Bashiru, who married his partner, a Moroccan model named Nada Bensouda, this summer. Yeah, people sent him congratulations, but there's still some section of social media fans that said, "Oh, why are you not marrying it from our
Yeah,
our
why
side,
did he
our
look for
own?
a
Why did you marry
young, God-fearing
a Nigerian lady?
to
Why are
marry?"
you going over to the to Morocco?"
Nigerian men has issues, please. I support her. If she finds love in Morocco, then let her be Morocco. You understand? Nigerian men.
No. He's the guy, Fisayo Dede Bashiru. He's the Super Eagles star. So he married a model.
He married
named-
a model.
Yeah, Nada Bensouda.
You've already crucified Nigerian men.
Just
You
out of
said-
nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Wow.
It's all good, yeah.
And the thing is, since he married a model and issues starts coming up, they shouldn't blame anybody. You understand?
Shouldn't run
Because
social
we've
media
seen
to say-
cases like this in the past where Nigerian players married abroad, and at the end of the day, salary, everything, money, wealth was split, and he came back to marry, the girl he left here. I've forgotten the name of the person. So things like this, men would say they should go with the woman they love. Nigerian ladies are this. So when problem, stirs up later, they shouldn't come back and say the world is wicked or America. Yes, that is just the thing. So congrats to him right now. But when the problem comes up, he should keep it to himself. So that is just it.
All right. Next, let's head over to athletics. Sha'Carri Richardson has finally issued a public apology to Christian Coleman, her boyfriend, after the domestic violence arrest. As you know, she was arrested for hitting her boyfriend, who's also an athlete, a sprinter. She says she loves him and she's sorry. But we wonder what the case would have been if the tables were turned. That's my quote. We wonder what the case would have been if the tables were turned.
Do you know the best way to show that you love somebody?
What's the best
The
way?
best way, get your belt out. Have I beaten you before? If I Have I beaten you before? I don't really.
What the hell?
I don't really.
Why
love
would you say that the best way to show?
I don't really love you. If I love you, I would have beaten you before. But
Is that your version of love?
That's a great point.
no, I'm just being. People
It's
want
being
to be
sarcastic,
gaslighting
yes.
each other
Because
They want to be gaslighting
you
each
love
other.
someone, but you have been. Yes, I see.
So,
Wow. Okay.
Thanks for the public apology.
Apology.
I mean, I guess we needed that.
Yeah.
That's all
Because
I can
that
say.
would have been like seriously.
Formality.
You protected her. You protected her. You really did. Let's delve back to football. Kanyamata Queen, Jaruma, has why are we laughing?
Why are we talking about this?
She's in the news for crying out loud. She's in the news. So Jaruma, one day just decided to set up a tripod and camera and phone and say, okay, let me tell you people the source of my wealth since everybody's asking, how do I live the baby girl lifestyle? And she says that she dated Cameroon. She alleged, please. We don't know for sure. She claims she dated Cameroon football legend Samuel Eto'o, who's widely considered the richest footballer in Africa, and also another vice president. So my question is that info actually necessary? That's one. Two, is she saying that these relationships are responsible for her wealth?
Sorry, did she put a timeline? Because the summer
She didn't put the
not
timeline.
married.
He's married right now. She didn't put a timeline. So yeah.
This is deep.
It's
This is
deep.
very deep. This is very deep. Honestly, when you look at it, first things first, I can't trust anybody that wears beads.
Does she wear beads?
I'm just saying that, like, whatever.
Why? How does beads correlate with this conversation?
Off your beads before you enter bed. Like, that's the like,
Hold on. Josie, hold on, please. Hold on. So we know where we're driving to. I'm sorry. I struggle to see how beads
okay.
relate to this
I'm not
conversation.
saying that, like, when it comes to we've had conversations of.
I mean,
issues
does she wear beads?
on
That's
the-
what I'm asking you.
Probably.
Like, why are you calling beads?
Probably.
We know what she's.
We know what she does.
What do you
Kayamata.
mean? We say you know. I don't know.
We know what she's popular
No,
for.
no, no. We know what has. Okay.
I don't know.
We know what has been circulated
About her.
about the powers and how the principalities, whatever the case is. So we need to actually have a very good conversation of how interested were these people in someone who is not known to be a natural, like, obviously, like an entrepreneur or has any other forms of business.
No, I mean she sells a sex products and self-acclaimed.
Is it
sex
charms?
is it just sex?
Charms.
When you
Yes.
reduce it to just sex, there may be a, like, you can't just say, okay, yes, I sell sex toys, let me have sex with you. No, it doesn't work like that. Is there what will attract a normal sex to somebody who is a vice president of a country?
That's
And
a
I'm
great
pretty sure
question.
that when she said vice president, I'm pretty sure it's a Nigerian vice president. Because it's only a Nigerian that can have a corruptible mind at the vice presidential situation to be having affairs with a common whatever.
What do you mean? I do you think the worst of our politicians? Are you trying to?
do I
So-
think
And since she didn't put a,
And she
a
didn't
time
put a-
limit, so
it
maybe
has
it's, years
it has
ago,
to be a Nigerian.
Yeah.
It has to be a Nigerian. It's only a Nigerian.
Are you saying or suggesting that
Ghanaian.
only Nigerian politicians can actually engage in
I'm
that?
not saying that Nigeria,
for the most
only
part.
I'm saying Nigerians are the forefront of it.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they are
Wow.
these are useless people that no. What do they do all day? What do they do all day?
Wow.
They don't do anything.
As Samuel Eto'o as well. So,
So Samuel and Samuel Eto'o.
how did she even
Are you
meet-
saying that Samuel Eto'o doesn't have taste?
How
This
did-
Samuel
how
Eto'o.
did she
That's why I
meet
said that,
Samuel
like, we need
Eto'o?
to. If they slap Samuel to say, oh yeah, what is he going to do?
Well, actually, I think the topic, bringing this up is not really necessary. But in every rumor like this, there's always a truth. There's always a truth in it. And of course, Jaruma is an attractive lady. Yes. So if she says yes, she's an attractive lady. She sell.
Beauty
She's
is in
into
the
this
eyes of the
Kayama.
beholder,
Her
is
business is moving. If it's not working, she won't be moving. That's just it. So you are the one.
And young girls look up to her.
Yes,
That's why
young
she had
girls
to
look up to her, you
explain that.
understand?
Oh,
Why?
disclaimer: this is how I, am able to afford
So
the
why
lifestyle.
won't young girls look up to her? Who are the people that young girls look up to
The
in
thing is,
Nigeria? Those are the people that
Fair
young girls
points.
look up to.
Fair points.
so bringing up the issue was not necessary. And if Eto denies it, of course he's a married man, and that's not going to, tarnish his image or anything. He's already a legend and stuff like that. I think it's just for clout chasing because Jaruma has not been on the surface all this while.
Yeah,
so
she hasn't nobody really
these
cared
are
about
like
her.
things for clout and making it look like she's actually in a place of power and influence.
I agree.
Anyway, let's head over to the NBA. The big story in the gossip space is that Anthony Edwards and his ex and baby mama Aisha Howard are still battling over this child support drama. So Aisha is reportedly seeking a higher settlement from the 24-year-old NBA star. He previously agreed to give her a lump sum of $1,080,000 in support and granted her full custody of their child. However, the 39-year-old has now made fresh demands. According to US Weekly, she's seeking an additional $500,000, an annual payment of $55,000, and monthly support to consider the matter settled.
If I'm
Are athletes still victims in this case?
First problem is, you mentioned their ages. That's always the biggest. I mean, one is 24, one is 39.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory. But secondly, I think, like I've always said, the baby mama pipeline is a business in itself in Hollywood.
We need to put
in
in
the US.
baby mama dot
It's a business in itself.
Would you say it's a multi-million or multi-billion?
It's a
baby
multi-billion-dollar
mama
business.
and house of worship. Those are the two businesses that
Very lucrative, right?
in the 2030s.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Those are the businesses that
I think the house of worship is called pastopreneurship, right?
not content creation, not you can
Yeah.
see invent the cure for cancer. It's not going to sell.
But
This
if
baby
you
mama-
start a church
listen,
and you're
start
And
the
do
church,
you know why
those
baby
two
mama
things.
is so lucrative? It's
Yeah.
because it's a business that sets you up for at least 18 years.
Standard.
It's not 1 year, it's not 6 months. Aisha Howard is set up for the next 18 years of her life.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, because the judiciary system in the US is a
Different.
bit biased towards
ladies. Towards men.
and you have the women know that they can get away with most things.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you that the more she pushes, she will eventually get something. It may not be 55,000 a month.
Yeah.
It may be 15, 20K a month. But the point is, he will continue to pay. You cannot get, as a black man in the US, you cannot get away with impregnating so many women.
Why they know
Think
that you have a job?
You will continue to pay.
And he's eligible for a Supermax,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
He will continue to pay.
So I think the NBA, when Anthony Edwards came into the NBA, there was a lot of projection that he's going to be the face of the NBA. He's going
Yes.
to I think the NBA figured out after his second year that
This guy.
he's spreading too many seeds. He can't be the face of
He can't be the face of the NBA.
Like, to be honest, I think like in the NBA, those of us who follow the NBA
Yeah.
religiously, we believe that like for you to be the face of the NBA, you need to have like a Teflon identity, like an identity whereby like you don't really have court cases,
Scandals.
even if you are not married, you have like one girlfriend.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
A love
like,
story that's
like
settled,
that kind
yeah.
of like when did LeBron get married to
Savannah.
Savannah? When did like even Kobe? When like,
Even Steph,
even Steph?
Yeah.
Yes. So like no, I think Steph got married before
early, right?
before he came into the draft or a year after.
No, after the draft.
After the draft.
Yeah.
So like you just that like that one boyfriend, one girlfriend, or one man. After year 3 of Anthony Edwards, I think he already had 3 baby mamas.
And so it was obvious that.
So like they know this one is it's not there. He said it's not there. He said it's not there. So he has made the mistake. Obviously, he was younger than he's 24 now.
And with the kind of money and fame.
But
he
the way
has,
Baby Mama Incorporated works, you will keep. It doesn't matter.
You'll keep paying.
See, someone there are a lot of artists, and I say artists, a lot of athletes that they pour. You know this atagigun,
What the hell is that?
grounded pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, because these girls are desperate. These ladies are.
But-
When you do the thing and you dump your whatever into the trash can, they'll go and collect it from the trash
Yes,
can
of course.
and
And take it.
while you are maybe sleeping on the bed and like okay, I've done a good
These
job.
are facts.
I'm telling
that
you
is
that these
audacious.
ladies don't care. I will have your baby whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, I didn't even inside, like I didn't do the thing inside you.
Mhm.
How did you get pregnant? It's a miracle of God.
And you call it a miracle.
Yeah.
And they know that the minute
Wow.
there's pregnancy, they are made. No
But,
need to work again.
but
no
according
need
to the lady, she's
Yeah.
not charging like the extra $500,000 because of giving Anthony custody of the child. She's charging for her reputation and
her
finances she has spent during the case and stuff.
during the case,
Yeah.
She's still looking for money.
Anyway,
the whole point of it is money.
yeah,
She's money at the end of the day.
She already has a kid for a rapper.
Yeah,
and now has a kid for a basketball. I mean, you can see that this is
in the industry.
It's like
it's a
what are we
business.
talking about? We are talking. She already has like 1.1 million. With
Wow.
another like we're talking about 2.
this is a business.
This business. This is big time business. Now.
Wow. Anyway, let's head over to come back to conclude with a story that has to do with our Super Falcons player. So the headline reads, "That's $100,000 will finish. TikToker Peller blows hot, blasts Oshoala and Super Falcons players for ignoring him after President Tinubu's promise." Guys, each day on social media in this day and age, we see different levels of entitlement. The levels keep you think you've seen the highest. No, tomorrow you're going to see another that's worse than that. I've never seen this level of entitlement before. I have never. Like it's just I personally don't want to sit down here with you guys honestly and be discussing Peller, but it just happened to make the headlines.
What does he want to do?
Because he was trying to get attention.
Does he want to stream with them? What does he want to
He
do?
said they promised him that they were going to stream and he accused them of trying to use him because they invited him to Morocco for the AFCON to stream and everything, but he couldn't make it because of some logistics issues. But when they promised him that when they go back, they were going to stream with him, do a lot of content. But now he says, or he thinks, because of Tinubu's 100K promise, nobody's answering his calls, nobody's responding to him and everything.
If this was coming from another, influencer or something, it would have been, a topic. But coming from Peller, we know he's very childish. This is how he gets, clout. He brings out his name on social media. So it's a normal thing. It can be overlooked.
Tosin, I would really love to hear what you think about this.
This I don't like talking about Peller. I don't like talking about
because he's literally calling out the 10-time champions of Africa. Super Falcons are not just they're a brand. They're not just a random. They are a brand.
They are not just a brand. The Super Falcons of Nigeria, these are national heroes.
Yeah.
And that is why they were given a national honor.
Yeah.
These are exceptional. You can compare them to people who are actually in the military because they actually went to represent the green and white of Nigeria.
Yeah.
So for someone like, the thing is that we need, as a society,
the
people that we put in high esteem, we need to start watching it. We need to start wiping small boy slap. We need to bring back discipline. It's just like, if I get cousin like that, lock her for room, carry belt.
Wow.
If you feel using me and you when we enter, what is this? Like, do you know who like someone like Aziza Oshoala like?
Please, yeah, you're calling out as a
Like,
six-time African women.
Aziza Oshoala, what's this year? This 2025.
Yeah.
I started watching Aziza Oshoala
over a decade ago.
2012.
Yeah.
2012, I was on TV to work. Imagine someone like that because of
Straight
with a
up.
raw body. And I don't even blame him. I blame some Nigerian artists that went to start showing bomb to him.
WhatsApp.
That's how he starts. That's how honestly, that's how
I never knew that happened actually. I would have to research more.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
that's disappointing.
That's like the most we can take on this week's episode of What's Buzzing. We've seen it. We've gone through the headlines. So for our audience, followers, if you're watching this anywhere on YouTube, Spotify, listen anywhere. If you have any thoughts, comments, any story you think we missed or we should discuss, do so to type that in the comments. Guys, this has been really good. This has been fun. Quick fire. A nice debut from Judith. How you feeling?
I feel okay.
I have a question before we go.
All right,
do you think there's going to be one big deal before the transfer window closes? Once out of nowhere, or maybe surprise shock deal.
Yes, I do. So guys, that's the most we can take on this week's episode of the Heat Podcast, brought to you by Pole Sports Nigeria. Remember to like, subscribe, and share when you see this video to become your way again next week. From David Ben, my co-host, and the gang, I'm saying,
see you guys next time.
Goodbye.